Hello, long time no upload any video about Chinese wisdom. Because I was very busy in the past few years. So now I want to upload more video about the Chinese wisdom. But I've changed the website this channel's name from Chinese wisdom to Chinese strategic wisdom, because this channel will focus on the classical Chinese strategic wisdom, so that you can use this system for practical practices, such as use it in your life, personal life, living, work, business, politics, or even in international affairs. Now, I will from now on I will upload some video about this mysterious book in Chinese history. It is a Chinese prophecy book. Literal meaning, the name literal meaning means the picture of pushing the back. This book was written in Tang Dynasty many years ago by two scholars of I Ching, Book of Changes. As you will see you have seen in my previous, I think it's the first two videos is about I Ching. I Ching, A Book of Changes, is is a classic text in Chinese philosophy of thought, which influenced many traditional knowledge of China, like politics, philosophy, medicine, divination, religions, etc. In Chinese name, this book is called推背图, means the pictures of pushing the back. Why is called pushing the back? You can look at this the cover of this book. The two persons, okay? In fact, these two persons are the two authors of the book 推背图. The first one was in the picture was telling the divination or prophecies to the king. This author or this scholar was very enthusiastic. It take blah 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 blah. It take many things in the future to the king, to the emperor. The emperor was very surprised. But in Chinese taboo or traditional taboo, if you disclose too much things, too much prophecy, which should be a mystery of the divine world of the universe, your life will be cut down. Okay, so another scholar pushed him backwards, push him back, signal him not to tell too much anymore. So why the title is called pushing back pictures? It means that it discloses or reveals too accurate prophecy, so that the first author must be stopped. Okay, so that that's why the origin of the title of this book. Okay, now in this first video I will introduce the basic framework for reading this book. This book consists of 60 pictures with texts. These texts are called poems or prophecies. But in fact, you can find this prophecy or the text or picture in other websites, although I know that it is very discussed in the Western world. But my focus on this video or this series of videos is not to teach you about the prophecy. Although if you are interested in Chinese history, you can have a look at it and read about the mechanism of interpretation, etc., about the prophecies. But what I want to do is a novel approach to study this book. We want to put it into study the political or historical patterns embraced in this book, and also you can develop some strategy or tactics or grand strategies to solve the problems, in particular to the nations or organizations, etc. So that I will use this book not as a prophecy purpose, but use this book for a strategic purpose, for increase your practical wisdom to handle the any problems, including your personal or national international problems. So that this approach is novel, and no one in China or Western world will use this approach to study the book of pushing pictures. Okay, now the first video, the present video, is about the basic mechanisms, so that you can be familiar with the terms and layout, framework, etc. Okay, now we look at the first picture. Now, first picture, I say picture 1. Okay, now basically this title. This is first picture. Okay, first picture. This we will disregard because it's related to the I Ching, but also about the Chinese calendar terminology. Okay, but this is about I Ching. It has been put. I will put this about the I Ching symbols on below. Okay, so that we focus on this is poems, the pictures, the poems, the prophecy, and the picture. So you can just look at 3 components: poems, prophecies, and picture. Okay, so that I will explain it one by one to you. The first picture is the poem is like this, or the prophecies. I will read the prophecy first. Prophecy, poem, picture. Okay, prophecy. Prophecy is like this. Prophecy is of this. The first picture is the unlimited universe. You can see in my video. Okay, no, you can copy it down or just read it out. Is okay. The unlimited universe, we cannot know where it stops. The cycles of sun and moon cycle and back to start. Okay, this is the prophecy. Prophecy. It's rather abstract. Okay, and philosophical. The poem is that since the start of this universe, there are regulars and surprises in the conflict among tigers and dragons. The second sentence: we understand the truth of cycles. Let's try to predict what will happen since Tang Dynasty. Now this is the poem. Now let it look at the picture. The picture is you can see the picture. The picture is about okay, you can see the picture. 2 circles, right? 2 circles. In fact, the words, there are 2 Chinese words or characters inside these 2 circles. The left one, the Chinese character is white, and the right one is red. Okay, so 2 circles locked with each other with 2 words at the center. That's very simple. So what does this picture mean? In fact, the first picture, this picture, tells us about the basic philosophy of推背图, of the picture of the book of pushing pictures. Firstly, all the prophecy in this book focus on political struggles and powers in Chinese history. Okay, Chinese history. Unlike the French great prophet Nostradamus, who will also predict some other events such as natural disaster or the invention of technology, etc. Okay, this book 推背图 focus on political struggles, or even wars or conflicts. So why there is a red, the character red? Red means the color of blood, so it means bloodshed, wars, conflict, killings, murders. While white means what? You raise your white way when surrender, right? So white means peace. This is the first element or the first importance or first issue of the philosophy of table talk. The second one is that all these phenomena exist in cyclic forms. Cyclic forms, like the moon and the sun. Okay, the two rings are, I forgot to tell you, the two rings represent sun and moon, as you can see. Because when you interpret the picture, you must look also take into account of the poem and the prophecy. They will be interpreted all together. Okay, so that you can get the true meanings or the true prophecy. The two rings represent moon and sun. Moon and sun, you can see, will appear in cycles, right? Sunset, sunrise, moonset, moonrise, okay? And sun and then moon, sun and then moon, okay? So cycles or cycle forms of events is another element or feature of the theory of table talk. The third, it also gives us another feature of human affairs, in particular the conflicts and wars and struggles. All these things happen in conventional, regular, normal ways, but also side by side with unexpected surprises. And also, like the moon and the sun, surprises and regular appear in cyclic forms. Regular rise and then surprise, surprise and then regular rise and then surprise. Okay, so all these features are the philosophy of table talk. You must know it. So when we read the prophets, you will take attention take notice of this mechanism. This is the basic theory of table talk. Now also, for each picture of the table talk, it will assign a Yijing hexagram. For those who are not familiar with the Yijing principle of in particular the hexagrams, I suggest you to watch my first and second videos uploaded in this channel. You will see the basic theory and the terminology of Yijing. Because after you grasp these principles or basic terminology, you will understand more easily. Now, the hexagram assigned to this picture is the hexagram creative. You can note that this is creative. Creative in 普通话乾卦. What the meaning of basic meaning of or literal meaning of 乾卦? Qian means the sky, the heaven. Now why they use this hexagram for the first picture? Because this hexagram shows the basic or the core idea of table talk. In Chinese Yijing philosophy, yin and yang are two polar energy coexist in the cycle way. Okay, coexist in dialectic way. Now, as you can see, or you can see from what I just talked, the military or struggle or political affairs exist in its cycle forms, also in a surprise and regular. This is analogous to the basic principle of yin and yang. Two polar ideas, two polar energies exist altogether in a dialectic way. So we use the Qian hexagram creative to denote this idea. In fact, according to the Yijing transformation theory, I think this is very difficult because there is school in interpretation of Yijing. There are 64 hexagrams in Yijing, okay? Each hexagram is transformed from another hexagram, but not in the basic order as laid out in the Yijing, in the Book of Changes. Many different theories many different theories will interpret or have their own explanation of which hexagram is transformed from another hexagram. Now, one of this theory I adopted here is that the hexagram creative is transformed from hexagram qin. Qin means 震, 震 means thundering, okay, thundering. Now, you can see this is the qin gua, right? The hexagram assigned to this picture. This qin gua is according to hexagram transformation theory, is transformed from qin gua, zhen gua, zhen gua. Now, you can see, now each, let me repeat what I said in my previous video about the basic structure of a hexagram. Any hexagram in the I Ching consists of 6 lines. Count it from the bottom: first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay? And each line can be a hard line, just a single line, or a broken line. Like you can see this creative is 6 unbroken line, okay, or hard lines, okay. This is when the hard line or unbroken line means yang, positive energy, okay. Broken lines like this, okay. Now you can see there are 4 broken lines, right? Broken lines are yin, negative energy. Okay, see. Now you can see when, in fact, qin gua there are 4 yin energy, okay. Broken line. So how this qin gua is transferred to the creative is the second, the third, and the fifth and sixth. All these are yin energy lines changed to yang. Okay, so it describes a change of energy from yin and yang in a psychic way, on a cycle way, to demonstrate the mechanism of推背图or the book of changes. So that's why they use the Qian hexagram to be assigned to this first picture. It's like this. Okay? Now, this is a basic theory, basic mechanism. And the next video we will start the second picture, which is deals with Chinese history, and although we can learn from this picture about the grand strategy so that we can use in our lives, in our politics, or even in our business. Okay, see you in the next video.